Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is Holger Mueller from Constellation Research with my quick update from Pivotal SpringOne conference happening right now in San Francisco. Always a little dicey to make an event report video when only day 1 of 3 days has happened. So take it with a grain of salt. If you hear more things, I make taping this December 5th in the afternoon and only commenting on the news I have so far. Biggest pivotal event that has ever happened before, a young history of the company. I think formed in 2013 or 14, over 3,000 people at Moscone. Really shows the momentum that Pivotal has, and especially inside of Pivotal Cloud Foundry. Let's not talk about so much the database part. That's a different story there, sad story actually. But Cloud Foundry is really the powering platform as a service choice of companies in the age of multi-cloud and hybrid cloud. So good presence on the show floor, significant partners, small and large. Talk about partners in a moment. The big news of the day is it's Pivotal Cloud Foundry 2.0. I think Pivotal thought there's enough new capabilities coming together on Cloud Foundry in the recent quarters that it's worth to call it a 2.0, which is always fine, good to see. The big part there is, of course, that the Kubernetes capabilities of PKS has gone GA, announced earlier in the RIA at Cloud Foundry Summit already. Native access to Google Cloud Platform platform functions, and what was news here is that VMware NSX is used to secure lows networking access, which is especially interesting for on-premise deploying customers because probably that won't work in Google Cloud Platform. Second takeaway is serverless, of course, important, and Pivotal Constant is outside. PFS, Pivotal Function Service, Function Server, Serverless, Pivotal Function Serverless, triggered by messages, which of course come from RabbitMQ. That's part of the Pivotal family, but also from Kafka for now. Interesting alternative. I mean, very important. I keep saying PeopleSoft. Pivotal customers have been looking for functionless, they're serverless computing, and Pivotal doesn't want them to go somewhere else. And if they don't want to go somewhere else, it has to provide that capability. So an important milestone. And then partner interest is, of course, very, very big. Already a few weeks ago, Accenture shared that they're going to form a dedicated business unit to do implementation Cloud Foundry. Accenture always an aggressive SI, early in jumping on that. Obviously, the Google PKS capabilities and more native capabilities to run on Google Cloud Platform. IBM is an interesting one, providing access to Secretariat, and to more interesting WebSphere. WebSphere is really the application server which powers and runs a lot of the older existing applications in the enterprise. Giving access to that is a win-win-win for customers, for Pivotal, for IBM, because instead of having to rewrite those capabilities, being able to integrate into them is a very good move. Microsoft, obviously, and there, apart from a number of things which was surprising, we had Erich Gamma present about what Visual Studio can do for Java developers. Who would have thought about that, right? Hell freezes over, but it didn't. The interesting thing there is, of course, near and dear to the hybrid world is Azure Stack to run loads on premise, and certification of Pivotal Cloud Foundry with Azure Stack is the big news on the Microsoft side. And then VMware, obviously, with the NSX capabilities coming. So what's my overall takeaway? Important event for Pivotal overall, for the Cloud Foundry community, ironically called SpringOne. Really, Spring was a sleepy, dormant capability last year at SpringOne. My report was Spring is on the second spring. Well, it helps if you're on the most popular, most successful PaaS platform at the moment. So obviously people want to be faster developing, very well addressed in the keynotes today. And what do they do if you want to be faster? Well, you look for frameworks, and that framework obviously is Spring. So don't want to do Spring any wrong, but most of the news were about Cloud Foundry today. There's a new Spring framework coming. There's support for the serverless capabilities. There's something called around Riff, which you'll hear more about tomorrow. Hopefully I didn't get trouble mentioning it. So definitely Pivotal not abandoning Spring anyway, but the day 1 show was really about Cloud Foundry capabilities. Well, thanks for watching. This is Holger Mueller from Constellation Research. I appreciate your time. Follow me on Twitter. All my notes are on Twitter. It's @HolgerMU, HOLGERMU. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.